James, just a couple of days ahead of the match against Queen's Park on Saturday, just your thoughts heading to Hampden?
Yeah, look, any time you get to go to the National Stadium and play, the environment's good, the pitch is always good, so that's what the players will be looking at. But what we're aiming for is to go down there, be positive, get back to creating chances and asking questions of the opposition at the top end of the pitch and come back up the road with a positive result.
How are we looking in terms of squad availability?
At the minute, all good. We're assessing Chris Kane, obviously with the protocol for head knocks, and we'll be careful with that. He's recovering pretty well, so hopefully we'll have a full squad to choose from again. But we'll just wait and see over the next day or so with Chris. But at the minute, all good and all okay.
You'll be pleased as well this midweek to get vital minutes into players in the reserve game and see the reserves get a victory as well.
Yeah, like it was a mix again of there were a bunch of young lads that came up and some senior players who either asked to play or needed the minutes anyway and were playing in the game. So no, it was a good performance both from the senior players and the younger ones, and another good result for the reserves. We go on about it all the time, just how important those games are. They are very important, and there were a lot of good stuff. The two centre backs and Sam Fisher and Rhys Breen were excellent, and 2 goals for Taylor Sutherland again. So no, it was a good afternoon and a vital one for certain first team players just to keep them topped up.
We spoke on Saturday about how that performance level has continued to be consistent over the last few games, and you've been pleased with that. It's just been the fine margins that's been the difference in certain games. Is it just a case of reaffirming that message as this week goes on, that we know how capable we are? If we look back to just last midweek against Livingston, we've shown how high we could get with the performance levels, and we just need to try keep them at that level.
Yeah, I think even a few games before that, like in terms of the level of performance, Morton out there, Falkirk was a decent enough performance, and obviously the result wasn't what we wanted, but in terms of chances created and opportunities in that game, it was high as well. Obviously that you get the Livingston game then, and we get our rewards for that. And then Saturday was a different game altogether, and you get that at times. There wasn't much in the game at all. No team really created big chances. Obviously we lost a poor goal which we went over. But those are the games, as I said, post match you have to just find a way of getting that result. But just going back to that point, what we're reaffirming to the players is just the confidence in them to go out, create chances, goal scoring opportunities, and that's what we're aiming for. We understand it can't happen every week, but no, they understand that as well, and that's what we'll be looking to do. Just going back to what I said at the very start, we want to be the team on the front foot and creating opportunities, goal scoring opportunities at that. That's what we've been doing consistently, out with the Partick game probably, and that's what we need to get back to.
It'll be a different kind of atmosphere, I guess, at the National Stadium on Saturday, with such a large stadium and such a small crowd in comparison, but a large Dunfermline support. I'm sure that they could still be vocally heard by the players, by yourself, and that encouragement's crucial.
Yeah, it is, and the fans have been fantastic, and it's not just them that. I think that the last 2 home games here, the crowd in terms of the numbers was excellent, but the noise they made as well and getting behind the players. It's a strange situation going to Hampden with such a little crowd, but look, that's the same for Queen's Park. They've got to play there every home game and have to deal with that. But look, when the whistle starts, the players just focus on the game that's there in front of them. And yeah, you're right. The twice we have been down there, I think we've had the bigger of the crowd, and they've got behind them. So no, look, it's a good place to go and play football. As I said at the start, it's a bit different when there's only maybe a couple of thousand in there, but it's the same for Queen's Park. It's the same for us, and we just need to go down there, deal with the game in hand, and get our crowd behind us.